Hi ARMY. Welcome to Gallery Jungkook. Today, I want to talk about something you might feel too, the exhaustion of staying silent, of pretending everything's fine when it's not. Because sometimes, the world judges too quickly, especially when the spotlight falls on two people who just want to live in peace, Taehyung and Jungkook. Let's talk, not to blame anyone, but to face the truth we often choose to ignore. I'm tired of being silent. Tired of pretending everything's okay when it clearly isn't. Tired of watching the world treat two people who simply want peace, as if every breath they take must be approved by the public. This isn't about hate, nor is it about attacking anyone. But honestly, haven't we let double standards decide who gets to be happy for far too long? Every time Taehyung and Jungkook appear, the world goes wild. The smallest things they do become topics of debate, analysis, even attacks. Taehyung once posted a picture of McDonald's fries, something he's done many times before. But this time, the world seemed to burn. The comments weren't about enjoying it, but about judging. Why is he eating that? He's just seeking attention. Maybe he was simply hungry. But no, to some people, every move Taehyung makes must have a hidden meaning. And when it's Jungkook's turn, it's the same story. He posts a cup of Starbucks coffee, and the internet explodes. Accusations come from all directions, as if he committed a terrible crime. Why do two people who just want to share simple moments have to face so much hate? Ironically, when Jimin does the same thing, no one says a word. No comments, no analysis, no outrage. Everything's perfectly fine. So the question is simple, why does the world react differently when the action is the same? That's the face of double standards we often overlook. Because for some, fairness isn't about right or wrong, it's about who they like. They hide behind phrases like "it's just my opinion," when in truth, all they spread is hate. The irony is, those who mock Taehyung and Jungkook the most are often the ones who call Taekook fans naive. But who's really naive? Those who believe in a genuine bond, or those who pretend not to see what's right in front of them? Whatever they do, it's always wrong. They can't laugh without being doubted, can't look at each other without being attacked, can't even breathe without being accused of seeking attention. Yet when others do the same, it's easily forgiven. That double standard only applies to them. Isn't that both funny and ironic? Someone can smile and be called sweet. But if Taehyung or Jungkook smiles, it's called an act. Someone can be kind and be called warm, but if they do it, they're called insincere. This is the hypocrisy that's been allowed to exist for far too long. This isn't about taking sides, it's about justice. About daring to see the truth without bias. Because when you defend someone just because you like them, you lose your ability to see clearly. Social media is now filled with anger born not from logic, but from ego. People aren't mad because something is wrong, they're mad because the person they dislike did it. And that kind of anger isn't justice, it's just a reflection of a prejudiced heart. Amid all the noise, Jungkook keeps doing what he loves most, sharing his time with us. He goes live, face still puffy from sleep, yet still effortlessly charming. He speaks softly, laughs when he mispronounces the name of Kancho biscuits, then plays a horror game with adorable expressions that make everyone laugh. Every time a monster appears, he politely yells, "Sir, please wait," or "Ma'am, don't move." Who else could make a horror scene so endearing? When he finally wins, he proudly shouts, "I'm a genius." Like a kid who just won a contest. But behind the laughter, there's a quiet moment. Jungkook stares at the screen gently, as if speaking to someone unnamed. Maybe it's coincidence. Or maybe, for those who are perceptive, it's an unspoken connection. Because every time Jungkook is calm and full of warmth, many can't help but think of one name, Taehyung. There's something between them that can't be explained. Not fabricated, not scripted. Just two souls who understand each other in a world too loud to listen. They don't need to prove anything. No script, no acting, just sincerity. And maybe that's what makes so many people uncomfortable, their authenticity. Because something real can be felt, even without words. Yet every time they're together, the world reacts. One glance sparks theories, one smile ignites debates. When others do it, people say, "How cute." So why is it a problem when it's them? We're too busy judging to remember, they're human too. With hearts and simple wishes, to be loved without conditions. If you look deeper, you'll know that connection is real. Not a fantasy, not fan fiction, but something felt by those with genuine hearts. Maybe in this harsh world, honesty and sincerity look like mistakes. But if there are two people brave enough to stay true, they are Taehyung and Jungkook. They don't need to explain anything. Because true love, in any form, doesn't need justification. And maybe that's why the world keeps judging them, because what they have is too real to deny. You feel it too, don't you? That behind the laughter, the glances, and the silences, there's something more than just friendship. In the end, maybe we don't need to keep searching for validation, because something genuine will always be felt, even without words. Taehyung and Jungkook don't need the world to believe, because they already understand each other perfectly. And perhaps, that's the true meaning of a real connection. Thank you for watching until the end. If you, too, believe that sincerity still exists in this world, don't forget to keep supporting this channel, Gallery Jungkook, where every moment holds a meaning deeper than just a story.